This is Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, your locally owned Arkansas alumni-run Razorback headquarters. Find Nike, Champion, Tommy Bahama, Comfort Wash, and more. The largest selection of Razorback gear south of the North Pole. Visit 989 South Razorback Road or shop anytime at shoponrazorback.com.
2 to shoot, 1 to shoot. Carter for 3, and he got it! He got it!
Hog Reaction is also presented by Sawyers, Sunrooms, and more. When you want to expand your outdoor space and think you can't afford it, give Buzz at Sawyers a call. Locally owned and making quality affordable since 1990. Sunrooms, patio covers, concrete, and more. Sawyers-sunrooms.com. Hog Reaction postgame show is fueled by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Real Texas barbecue. Brisket, ribs, and sausage smoked slow, served fast. Swing by Rudy's in Fayetteville and taste the tradition. Rudy's Barbecue. Real barbecue. Real good. This is Hog Reaction.
Hog Reaction is the name of the show, and the game of the show is you call in and you tell us just how disappointing the rest of your Saturday night might go as the Razorbacks get trounced on the road at Auburn 95-73. Just not the best performance from your Razorbacks tonight on both offense and defense, and that Auburn team was playing like a group that was possessed, and they were ready to go and get out there and take control of their conference season. They were in an 0-2 hole.
1-2.
Hey, Matt Jones, I got you. How you feeling, brother? Can you hear me?
Yo,
Matt Jones is with me here on Hog Reaction. We're brought to you tonight by Sawyers Sunrooms, the Stadium Shop on Razorback, and Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. We'll get into this action happening tonight. There was lots of action in the college football playoffs as well as the NFL playoffs this weekend. Lots of really good action on your television. But, folks, we want to hear your opinion on the Razorback basketball game today as they fall to Auburn 95-73. So call in, text in here, 877-377-6963, and we will get started here on Hog Reaction. Matt Jones, your initial reaction to the Razorbacks being dismantled today on the plains at Auburn.
hey, good to be here with you.
Yes, sir. Good to be here with you, Matt.
Man, you know, it's tough to win on the road. It's like you keep hearing that. Wasn't our best game. Carter Knox was out a little bit.
Yes.
Wasn't aggressive early. You know, I think 15 of our first 22 shots were three-pointers. So, I mean, it's just something to go back, look at the film, and it never really was in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Auburn controlled the tempo kind of the whole time.
Yeah, we'll hear from Coach Cowell in just a minute. We'll play some audio from the post-game press conference. And, Matt, he kind of said the same thing. You know, they've lost 3 games this season to top 10 teams on the road, and they were in a lot of those games, but they were never really in it tonight. And I think that you think that you hit the nail on the head when you said that they weren't aggressive to start, and that kind of just limited them from the rest of the game. But Ashton Butler's here. He's pushing buttons there in there for me tonight. I appreciate that. And you guys are with us here, too, on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. We'll get into some texts. We'll get into some calls here in just a minute, but we're going to go ahead and take a quick break to start so we get this clock set up correctly, and then we can be with you here for a whole hour in just a minute. But the Razorbacks fall tonight on the road, 73-95 to Auburn. Man, Keyshawn Hall for the Tigers had a game. He finished with 30 points, 11 of 14 shooting, 4 from 5 behind the arc, and he was the story for the Auburn Tigers tonight. And while Nepo Pearl may not be his dad, he did coach a good game today. So we'll get into all of that and more here on Hog Reaction. Stay tuned with us on ESPN Arkansas. It's Matt Jones and Colton Little breaking down the Razorbacks falling to Auburn tonight on the Plains. We'll be back in just a minute here. Stay tuned.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, Sawyers, Sunrooms, and more, and by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
Game day, work day, or any day, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue has you covered with 100% oak smoked meats served by weight so you get exactly what you want. Hosting a crew, Rudy's group meals are perfect for parties, office lunches, or tailgates. 3 meats, 3 sides, all the fixings, and yes, even a tablecloth. And don't forget breakfast tacos every morning until 10 a.m. Made to order, or they've got grab and go for the whole team. Visit Rudy's at 4084 MLK Jr. Boulevard in Fayetteville. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, smoking good every time.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, Sawyers-Sunrooms.com.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted Best Garage Door Company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Craving those comforting home-cooked meals? Richard's Country Meat Market has you covered. From classic lunch meats like bologna and pickle loaf to premium ground meats, pork, chicken, turkey, and even buffalo. Looking for something unique? Richard's has rabbit, duck, and quail too. Make life easy with one of their freezer bundles, including the special bundle loaded with bacon, sausage, chicken breasts, and more. Plus, don't forget the homemade soups and beef minute steaks. Perfect for quick, satisfying meals. Call 443-0000 and order today. Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville, 1 block east of College and Rolling Hills Drive at 3042 North Market Avenue.
On the road to the game or anywhere life takes you, accidents don't take a timeout. From fender benders to hail damage, you need a repair team you can trust. Courtney Hollingsworth Auto Body has been family owned for over 40 years and proudly holds an I-CAR Gold Class certification, ranking them in the top 15% of collision repair shops nationwide. From dents and dings to hail damage repair, their expert technicians will have your car looking like new. Schedule your estimate today. Go to CourtneyHollingsworth.com.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, not when you work with Tara Limbird and the Limbird Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust the team that delivers results. Go to LimbirdTeam.com, LIMBIRD.
Indigo Sky Casino and Resort proudly unveils Shawano Steak and Spirits, a stunning new dining destination. Experience succulent, masterfully prepared steaks, chef-crafted signature entrees, and an extraordinary collection of exclusive high-end wines and spirits, each chosen to elevate every moment. Indulge in decadent appetizers, luxurious desserts, and an ambiance designed for those who expect nothing but the very best. Shawano Steak and Spirits. Timeless flavor meets contemporary style. Only at Indigo Sky Casino.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted Best Garage Door Company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Don't let your game go downhill this winter. We know it's hard to get your swings in, but Birdie and Brews has the answer with the Weekday Warrior membership. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., members get bay rentals for $20 an hour, plus 30 minutes on the virtual Putt View putting green per day to dial in your short game during those hours. Call 479-439-0848 or birdieandbrews.com for details, practice, play, and catch the game with great food and cold drinks. Birdie and Brews, putter in hand, beer on demand.
20 years strong and still cheering on our Hogs. Signature Bank of Arkansas is your hometown team when it comes to banking. Whether you're running a small business, buying your first home, or raising the next generation of Hog fans, we've got your back. With local decisions, personalized service, and smart financial tools for every stage of life.
I'm going to be an MVP.
That includes young investor accounts perfect for future MVPs. Signature Bank, strengthening connections through every interaction. Visit Signature Bank and let's win together. Signature Bank of Arkansas is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The Hogs gonna sweep the SEC.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
I'm ready to go to the Final Four.
All the Hog Reaction is brought to you by Sawyers, Sunrooms, and more.
I've been riding with them. I've been putting my money on them.
Hog Reaction postgame show is fueled by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
It's Fugazi. Fugazi.
This is Hog Reaction.
maybe not fugazi is the fact that the Razorbacks are still probably in good shape. It's a long conference season, folks, and I don't think anybody should be hanging their heads too low tonight. But the Razorbacks did get trounced, unfortunately, in Auburn tonight. 95-73 is the final score for your Razorback basketball tonight. This is Hog Reaction. We are brought to you by Sawyers Sunrooms and more, your source for sunrooms, patio covers, and concrete. How about the next time that you enjoy the game, you do it from your brand new sunroom? It doesn't matter what the other competition says. If you give Buzz at Sawyers Sunrooms and more a call, he's been making quality affordable for over 30 years. Sawyers is a family-owned business serving the River Valley in northwest Arkansas. Give Buzz a call. He's a licensed contractor that can take your project from concept to completion. You don't want to be shocked by someone else's prices. You let Sawyers know how to make quality affordable. Visit Sawyers-Sunrooms.com. We're also brought to you by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, locally owned by a proud family of Arkansas alumni. The Stadium Shop bleeds Razorback red and carries the largest selection of Razorback gear south of the North Pole. For Nike and Champion, the Tommy Bahama, and Comfort Wash, if it's Razorback, they definitely got it at the Stadium Shop on Razorback. Stop by 989 South Razorback Road, just down from Bud Walton Arena, or shop online anytime at shoponrazorback.com. And Hog Reaction is fueled tonight by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Whether you're headed to the Bud or watching from home, make sure Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue is part of your game plan. Rudy's is 100% wood-fired with real oak, no shortcuts, just that true Texas-style smoke that keeps you coming back for more. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue, right here in Hog Country at 4084 West MLK here in Fayetteville. You heard there on the rejoin some calls from last Saturday night when we were all together, Matt and Ashton. Some good calls from a good win, and you guys can call in here too, and you can be featured in some of these rejoins. We want to hear what your reaction is from tonight's game, so you can call us here, 877-377-6963. Send us a text message as well. We do have a caller on the line all the way in from Camden, Arkansas. Tune-it time. Charlie is here on the line with us. Charlie, are you with us here on Hog Reaction tonight? How's it going, man?
I'm good. How's it going?
How's it going, boss?
Matt, you there?
Jones.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. Good deal. Look, I don't want to take nothing away from what Auburn did tonight. They kicked our butts, and I give them a lot of credit. And sometimes, I think you need to get humbled a little bit like that. Yeah. But, I saw Boogie cut his hair today. He had one of his best games of the year. Florida is one of those places when you go play there, it's really hard to win. Mm-hmm. Auburn, they're two losses, really close losses. I mean, right there, had a chance to win them, and the two teams they lost to, I think, are pretty good teams. So, give them credit. They kicked Arkansas's butt today in every way, shape, or fashion. And I think the big thing with this team right now and that I'm worried about it, I've actually been worried about this all year. Something about this team defensively at times that scares me. It's like they rely a little bit too much on speeding people up, turning people over. And, sometimes you just got to get out and stay in front of your guy. And I'm talking everyone. I ain't pointing nobody out here. Mm. This is everybody. And when the big comes over, and this is why you get out rebounded sometimes too. You got to get down in the stance and guard some people. And right now, at times, I think this team doesn't do that as good as they are capable of. I'm not saying that they're not capable of doing it. I think they are capable of being a really good defensive team. But there's been times this year where it just feels like they just want to outscore people. And they've gotten away with it. They've won some games doing that. But this team right now, until they realize, how important the defensive end is and valuing possessions and getting, rebounds and things of that nature, when you go on the road, you ain't going to score 80-plus every time. It's hard to put up points on the road. You guys know that. Matt, you know that. And but give Auburn credit. I don't want to take nothing away from them. Maybe this is a wake-up call for Arkansas. But they need to get out in a stance and guard some people. Yeah. And if they do that, they'll bounce back. It's just one loss, long season. But when you go on the road, man, you guys know it. You got to defend. Mm-hmm. And that was – Keyshawn Hall, by the way, I don't want to what'd you say, Colton? He's been unstoppable points, the whole SEC play. He is unstoppable. They let everybody else go off, too. Mm-hmm. So that was the issue. Anyways, y'all have a good one.
Thanks, Charlie. Appreciate the phone call. That's Charlie from Camden right there on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. You can join us, too, 877-377-6963. Yeah, I got a little slice of humble pie tonight, Matt. In the locker room after the game, I know Coach Cal had said in some audio cuts that he likes to burn the tape and tell his team that you guys didn't play like my team tonight. It wasn't you guys, but you've been in locker rooms like that, Matt, after a really tough loss where you've been hype all week long to go play in a big environment. What's the message that you typically hear from Coach whenever you come out and your performance just falls kind of flat?
Yeah, I mean that's Auburn's a team that's going to make it to the tournament. That was a real team.
Yeah.
We just weren't clicking. Mm-hmm. We just weren't calibrated. However you want to look at it, we didn't really play very good defense. We didn't put any pressure on them. I mean, Auburn did everything at their own pace and speed, and just fed off the crowd. And it was just one of those tough night games, man. It's just I don't know. What do you think? What do you think they can do? 4-5, 5-4 on the road, go 8-1 at home. Kind of what do you see them doing now that you've seen them play a couple games?
Matt, we sat here last weekend and you were stressing how me and Ashton were getting real hyped about Darius Acuff, and while he had a good night tonight, there were times where it obviously looked like a freshman guard with some of those turnovers. But you asked if you thought splitting these next two road games would be doable, and I think that we all concurred that would be nice because it is hard to play on the road in the SEC. But I think that tonight it does leave a sour taste in my mouth knowing that, we weren't in this game literally at all. But if you're trying to look and see what else is coming up on the road for the Razorbacks, you do have South Carolina, Vanderbilt, LSU, Kentucky, Auburn again at home, Missouri, A&M, and Texas. So there are some of the weaker squads coming into Bud Walton Arena. South Carolina, LSU, those are ones that you should be able to handle. I know that Missouri has been up and down this season as well. Texas A&M has a new coach. They were battling with Oklahoma today. And then Texas, obviously, with Sean Miller, they're going through some growing pains. Tremont Mark, former Razorback, still playing basketball. So, yeah, Matt, I think if you could take some of these road games at Georgia, at Oklahoma, at Mississippi State, at LSU, at Alabama, at Florida, and at Missouri to finish your season consecutively there. I do think that you should be able to split a lot of those games. I think Charlie mentioned it in his phone call. Florida is a tough place to play. I think they've won their last several games against ranked opponents by 15 plus or more, and we'll get into the Boogie cutting his hair a little bit later on too. But Matt, I think that splitting your road games and taking control of home is basically the recipe that most college basketball teams are looking to do in their conference slate. But just looking at this schedule right here, I think that that's definitely not a foolish take at all, Matt. I think that you've got it right. You want to win a bunch of those games at home, and it looks very, very doable. We also go ahead.
I was going to say, when it's all said and done after this, we're 12-4. I really like our team.
Mm-hmm.
Like about our 8 guys that are going. Maybe they throw Seeley out there a little bit more to see what he can do in conference play. Maybe just to save your legs because once you get into the tournament play, it's tough, man. You got to win 2 games in 3 nights. But I like our team.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you like our squad?
I do. I think that there's a lot of pieces on this team that Coach Cal put together that are able to mesh very well. I think you said it right there, Matt. They just didn't seem to be clicking tonight. And we also sat here last Saturday and said that the Tennessee game was the number 1 defensive game that you had seen from the Arkansas Razorbacks all season. Tonight, Matt, I'm probably willing to say that you would not say the same thing about tonight's performance.
Worse.
Definitely
worst
much worse.
Game I've seen them play in their conference games. No question about it.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to even say it's probably the worst defensive game they've played all season because eventually after that lead kind of got to the point where they weren't able to cut into it very late when it was getting into the second half, and they weren't able to steal any momentum away from the Tigers and the raucous crowd there at Neville Arena. I think that they just sort of lost a little bit of focus, and I know the effort was there for the most part, but I don't know if they continue to stay locked in on the defensive.
We'll beat Auburn by 8 points at least when they come back to our place. It's just one of those games. Tough environment. Went in and played. It was probably feeling good after a 2-0 start. Who knows? They're kids. You kind of consistency is what you're looking for, and tonight just wasn't it. So you kind of just learn from it and then go on. And really the main thing is hope everybody's healthy and man, I do. I really like our squad.
You mentioned Isaiah Sealy right there, maybe getting a little bit of run in conference play just to give folks a breather and to maybe go out there and be have the full complement of fouls out there from the wing position. He ended up getting his first action in SEC play tonight. He logged 7 minutes, finished with 2 points. I wish he could have got that free throw right there when he got fouled. But Isaiah Sealy, the Springdale kid, getting a little bit of run in SEC play, Matt, and like you said, it would be nice to see him maybe come in there and have a bigger role as the season goes on. But the defense tonight, just a little bit lackluster. And then one of the things that you mentioned to start off, Matt, was the fact that they weren't very aggressive. They shot a bunch of threes early on in the first half. Didn't seem like they were attacking the rim at all. Matt, do you think that was part of the game plan, or was that Auburn just showing a little bit of defensive acumen?
They were kind of playing like a little. It was kind of like a matchup. They were off of you just a little bit, just kind of inviting that. Yeah. Just and if you're going to play Arkansas because we're so athletic, that's what I would do to start a game too. It's just see if they're hitting. Maybe they hit one or two, but you want to take their aggressiveness out. And we just weren't. We weren't aggressive on offense. We didn't. I mean, our defense was okay. But I mean, there wasn't really a whole lot to talk about this game.
Yeah,
we didn't do really a whole lot of things very well.
We sure didn't, Matt. And one of the things that Arkansas has been really good at all year, they've really pushed the pace up and down the floor. They've been able to get in transition, and I think Auburn did a really good job. So hats off to them of being able to limit Arkansas in transition tonight, and then also. Once the pace sort of got back into their favor, they started to push the paint, push the transition and score as well in the paint. They were able to get 18 second chance points tonight, Matt. They barely edged you out in the offensive rebound category, but they were efficient whenever they did get those second opportunities. And overall, the battle on the glass, I think, tells a lot of the story here, Matt. 37-28, and in your previous two matchups against SEC competition, you came out on top in the rebound battle.
Yeah, aggressiveness everywhere. It's just, I mean, one of those days. You get better, go and go forward. Billy Richmond plays with a lot of aggressiveness. Malik Thomas can score some points. I still like Acuff. He didn't really feel like in sync, and he still played amazing. Yeah. Brazil being big, didn't shoot it as well as you'd like for him to. I mean, and then you didn't have I think our best player, Carter Knox, who's a guy that could be a lottery pick if he's healthy. There's something up. He's not healthy. I don't know if by the end of the year if he'll average double digits in conference play.
Yeah, you mentioned Carter Knox. He left the floor with, I think it was around 5 minutes to go in the first half after getting just a few little minutes there in that first period, Matt. And he finishes obviously 0 for tonight. Only was able to grab one rebound, but he was holding his side early on as he came off the floor. And I know earlier on in the season he had turf toe, which you've said before. I've luckily never experienced it.
That's tough.
It's tough. It's something that's really hard, not only physically to come back from, but psychologically as well. So I think you're right, Matt. I think Carter's been dealing with a couple of just lingering injuries, and that's something that as an athlete I know really, really can get under your skin, is when you're not able to be out there and do the best perform the best that you can and help your team. I know that's probably really frustrating for Carter and for Coach Cal and everybody there in Bud Walton Arena trying to get a good competitive team together for the SEC. But rest assured, to all you Razorback fans out there listening tonight, this is going to be a very good and exciting basketball team to watch. I think Charlie had it pretty right when he called in earlier here on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. A nice piece of humble pie sometimes is what a good, young, talented team needs in order to get them focused up and ready for a long conference season. But we'll be back in just a minute here on Hog Reaction. We still want to get to more calls and text, more audio from Coach Cal and from some of the players tonight, their reactions after the game, just their thoughts on what might have went wrong tonight in Neville Arena. We'll also talk a little bit about the college football playoffs. I've got my eyes right now on this Packers and Bears game. Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams, the darlings of the NFC, now currently down right now 14-3 with a little more than 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Maybe if nobody's listening, we might do some bootleg play-by-play later on. I think that'd be kind of fun. So we'll get back here into more of what happened in Auburn, Alabama tonight. We'll get maybe peeking to see what's happening in the rest of the SEC as we go on here on Hog Reaction, brought to you by Sawyers, Sunrooms, and more, the Stadium Shop on Razorback, and Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. This is Hog Reaction with Matt Jones and Colton Little, back in just a minute here on ESPN Arkansas.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, Sawyers, Sunrooms, and more, and by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
Start the year strong with New Holland 300 Series compact track loaders from WT Equipment. Enjoy outstanding comfort, class-leading visibility, and best-in-class boom geometry for exceptional lift and reach. With fuel-efficient models from 60 to 90 horsepower and a wide range of attachments, the 300 Series CTLs are ready for whatever the job and the year throws at you. See the New Holland 300 Series compact track loaders today at WT Equipment in Springdale. WT Equipment. Equip your future, elevate your potential.
Your financial future isn't one size fits all, so why should your financial plan be? At Mach 1 Financial Group, we believe in personal finance made personal. Taking the next step toward your financial goals starts with a 15-minute call, where our advisors take the time to understand your vision and begin crafting a plan to help you achieve it. Find an advisor who's invested in you at Mach1FG.com. Mach 1 Financial Group LLC is a registered investment advisor located in Rogers, Arkansas. A copy of Mach 1's current written disclosure brochure is available through the SEC website and at disclosures.mach1fg.com.
At Sterling Bank, they're committed to the Northwest Arkansas community, and as members of this community, their relationships go beyond banking. They're cheering on the same teams, shopping at the same stores, and serving the same causes that help make our community a great place to live. So stop by your local branch in Fayetteville, Rogers, or Bentonville and discover the Sterling Bank difference with their top-notch customer service and complete menu of products. Sterling Bank, your community bank. Member FDIC.
Why is there water all over the kitchen floor?
Yeah, it's a minor issue. The sink, double dribbled.
Double what?
You know, a drip from the pipe, a drip from the drain. You know, double dribble.
That's not a double dribble. That's a flood. We're calling Paramount Plumbing.
Hey, I can fix it.
Don't let plumbing turn into a double dribble disaster. Call Paramount Plumbing. Fast, dependable, and done right the first time. Call 479-790-8427.
Porsche Little Rock is Arkansas's only Porsche center and your destination for performance, luxury, and world-class service. Experience our popular line of SUVs with the Porsche Macan and Cayenne, both in stock and ready to deliver. Need service? We'll pick up and deliver your Porsche anywhere in the state and provide a loaner vehicle when available. Visit us today at 516 Colonel Glenn Plaza Loop or browse our inventory online at PorscheLittleRock.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. From tequila cocktails and top shelf spirits to handcrafted whiskey drinks and 29-degree drafts. There's something for everyone. Grab a seat and raise a glass at Twin Peaks and Rogers.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Scott Comiskey in Bella Vista and Steve Harp in Springdale.
Hey, Hog Country, you ready to mow like a pro? Come see the sales team at Yes Sales LLC, your local Spartan mowers dealer in Rogers, Arkansas. Experience the Spartan Advantage, unmatched performance, rugged design, and comfort that gets the job done right, service and sales with financing specials that make owning a Spartan easier than ever. Swing by 2318 South 8th Street in Rogers or give them a call at 479-877-6700. Yes Sales LLC, Power Precision Spartan.
The Hogs are sweet. I mean, sweet. The SEC.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
I'm ready to go to the Final Four.
All the Hog Reaction is brought to you by Sawyers, Sunrooms, and more.
I've been riding with them. I've been putting my money on them.
Hog Reaction postgame show is fueled by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Real Texas barbecue. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
It's Fugazi. Fugazi.
This is Hog Reaction.
They were desperate, and they played that way. And for us, I walked in and said, not my team. I'm burning the tape. Let's move on. Get on the bus fast. Let's get out of here.
Get that gas. get that gas rolling, get that bus heated up early, and let's get the heck out of Alabama. That was the message that Coach Cal had in the locker room after the game to his team. Not my team, burn the tape, let's get the heck out of here. That's a pretty good attitude whenever you got trounced tonight. Just weren't clicking on any cylinders, much less all of them tonight. But you do return home this next Tuesday at 8 o'clock against South Carolina. Matt Jones is with me here on Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas, breaking it down tonight as the Arkansas Razorbacks fall to 2-1 in their conference slate. They get knocked off tonight. On the road in Auburn, 95-73. Give you a quick stat breakdown here. Darius Acuff finished tonight with 19 points, 2 from 6 from 3. He finished 3 for 3 at the charity stripe and 7 for 16 shooting from the floor. He also finished with 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 3 turnovers. So a lower number of assists there than we typically see from Darius Acuff. He's been a really good playmaker and named to the preseason Wooden Award watch list earlier on this week after 2 really good games against Ole Miss and Tennessee to start conference play. The only Razorback to be left over from John Calipari and Eric Musselman's regime switchover. Trevor Brazile finished tonight 5 of 9 shooting from the floor, including 1 of 3 behind the 3-point line, 1 of 1 at the charity stripe. He finishes with 12 points, 5 total rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal to his credit as well. We mentioned Carter Knox earlier. He got the start tonight, as he typically does, but left the game early in the first half with what appeared to be an injury holding his right side. So we'll see what we hear from Coach Cal on that a little bit later on tonight. He finishes with only 1 rebound to his credit. Veteran guard DJ Wagner finishes with 4 points. He was 1 for 5 shooting tonight, including 1 for 4 behind the 3-point line. He also finishes with 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Nick Pringle finishes with 3 points, 1 for 2 shooting, 2 rebounds to his credit as well, and 2 unfortunate turnovers. Thomas, he finishes with 17 points tonight, 6 for 12 shooting, so 50% from the floor, 50% beyond the arc as well, 3 for 6, and he finishes with 4 assists as well, and also 2 steals to his credit. Malik Ewan finishes 13 points, 3 for 8 shooting, including a three-pointer that I didn't know he really had in his bag. It was a nice, confident shot. He finishes 6 of 9 at the charity stripe as well, and grabs 12 rebounds. So a double-double tonight for Malik Ewan, and Billy Richmond 3 points as well, and 1 turnover and 1 total rebound. So stats for your Auburn Tigers tonight. It starts and ends with Keyshawn Hall. He had 30 points, 11 for 14, all from the field, including 4 of 5 from beyond 3-point range. Matt Jones, whenever a guy is on a heater like that, is there really anything that you can do defensively to stop him? Or I mean, other than double or triple teaming him, what are some of the things that you can do to really stop somebody that's going on a run like that? And the Razorbacks weren't able to do tonight.
Man, he was fun to watch.
Yeah.
If you're just a fan of basketball, just kind of looking at him and how he went about it. And did you hear his story? I mean, he'd been at like 5 different schools and started as a post player, lost a little bit of weight. Man, he was fun to watch. Number 1 was decent. I mean, they got a nice little squad. I would say you think Auburn makes a tournament. I think Auburn's a team that makes a tournament.
Absolutely. I think that they got off to a pretty rough start there in conference play, and they didn't want to get into that hole like the Razorbacks found themselves in early to start conference play last year, and it was even a greater deficit than Auburn would have found themselves in had they lost today. But they did take care of business today at home and did exactly what they wanted to do. And Bruce Pearl can probably feel a little bit better tonight knowing that he left his program, the Auburn Tigers, and his program in good hands there with Stephen Pearl. And they had that place packed out. Football season is over for Auburn. They are locked into basketball. They've been super competitive over the last decade there, and they want to continue that. Neville Arena, even though it may not be as big as some of the other more astute arenas in all of college basketball, they keep that place very loud, and they were able to do lots of damage tonight to the Razorback psyche. But I want to talk about Darius Acuff a little bit. He finishes with 19 points. Matt, one thing he doesn't typically do is have a low number of assists. What did you see from Darius Acuff tonight? Did he look a little bit rattled at all to you, or you just think maybe there were some good defenders on him and the game just wasn't able to quite flow his way to be able to make those plays?
Yeah, no, I'm still a Acuff fan, no question about that. You got to tip your hat to Auburn a little bit. They were 0-2, backs against the wall. They're going to come out. Their effort was just a little bit better. that I don't think that Acuff is worse now, or it's like he's okay. It's just nobody was on. I don't know, who do you think had the best game for Arkansas?
Well,
did Acuff have the best game, or would Thomas have had the best game?
I think obviously Thomas and Acuff, your two star freshmen, led the way scoring, but you can't take away from Malik Ewan's effort tonight on the glass. He finished with a double-double, 13 points and 12 rebounds, at the foul line a lot as well, so he was very aggressive, and it seemed to be like he was the only Razorback that was trying to be aggressive and continuously pressure the bucket whenever he did catch the ball. The points in the paint tonight were heavily in favor of the Auburn Tigers, 48-28, and Malik Ewan was probably the only one that was really trying to get his every time that he touched the ball in the paint. I think Malik Ewan probably could get the nod tonight for your most valuable player, but obviously you can't take away from what Darius Acuff and Malik Thomas did. You mentioned there that Auburn's a very talented team. This was Coach Cal on Auburn's roster. Hit that button in there for me, Ashton, if you don't mind, the same one.
Like I said, they played desperate today. And there are times, but, they might not. But what they did, they're talented. They've been talented. They've been talented. They've been talented all season, and I think the desperation thing there, that actually means a lot more than people give it credit for. I know that sometimes when your back's against the wall as an athlete, you do find that final reserve of adrenaline to be able to make those plays in the clutch moments, and you feed off the energy of the crowd, which obviously Auburn had packed in full tonight. Matt, whenever you know that you're going up against a team that's equal to you, and maybe the only edge that you have is playing on the road, how do you approach that situation? Really just when you know that you're even.
Yeah, they're equal to the fact that I think we split with them. I didn't know the schedule until you had said that we're going to get them back on our home court. We'll win that game by 8+ points. No question about that. Man, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Learn from it. And I know, Coach says burn the tape, and you do. It's just sometimes you don't watch it, but there's still things to learn from it. And it talks about intensity. In the first 8-10 minutes, we had zero in intensity, and you got to bring it. And we didn't bring it to start the game, and never kind of caught up. We kind of looked like Oregon yesterday, throwing a pick six on your first play and just never really got there. We never matched it. That's just that's kind of makes you sick as a coach, and I guess that's why they say burn the tape. But we just never matched what Auburn had tonight.
They did come out hot, and the Razorbacks just absolutely had no answer. And it's a good thing that you mentioned the Indiana-Oregon game last night. That was a very surprising outcome for me. I know that earlier on Friday.
I had Oregon.
Yeah, on Friday morning, I picked Oregon as well. I thought maybe that the glass slipper was just, getting a little bit too tight around Kurt Signetti and Indiana's feet. But you've still taken Miami in the national championship game. That's interesting.
I can't change now.
That's true. That's true.
I
can't back down from what you already said. And hey, I said the exact same thing as you, Matt Jones. I really truly thought that Oregon was going to be the end there of the Cinderella run for the Indiana Hoosiers and their college football playoff run this past year. But we'll get into a little bit more of that and more here. But from what Coach Cal said on Hog Reaction, this is Hog Reaction here on ESPN Arkansas with Matt Jones and Colton Little. We'll be back in just a minute with more from the Plains of Auburn, where Arkansas falls tonight 95-73. Back in just a minute.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, Sawyers, Sunrooms, and more, and by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Raleigh. This is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. A famous coach once said there's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there's only one Razorback.
And there's only one Razorback store that's owned by a family of University of Arkansas alums.
And that's us, the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole. Y'all know why seagulls fly over the sea and not the bay?
Why?
Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be called bagels.
Dad, just please stop.
Anyway, the Stadium Shop on Razorback has everything you could want. Tees, hoodies, puffer vests, polos from Nike, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, Champion, and many more.
Plus, we have stuff for your fan cave and those Razorback golfers out there.
So next time you're in Fayetteville, stop by the store at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Or you can shop us on that Googleator, Facegram, Instagram,
Dad, just stop
InstaWeb.
before you hurt yourself. He's talking about our website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com. Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
Hey y'all, it's Melinda with Fantasy Sports Cuts. Happy New Year! Ring in the new year with a new do.
Let Fantasy Sports Cuts update your style and we'll get your hair on point. If you know my buddy Zach, then you know he has a face for radio. But thanks to Fantasy Sports Cuts, his hair is ready for prime time. Come in and let us get you ready for the new year. We'll greet you with a smile and a cold one every time. And there's lots of games and TV for your enjoyment. Fantasy Sports Cuts, Fayetteville's hair joint for men, located at Mission and Crossover in the Harp Shopping Center.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Mama, Dad, Jesse Ferry.
479.
479.
521.
521.
4220.
4220.
Start the year strong with New Holland 300 Series compact track loaders from WT Equipment. Enjoy outstanding comfort, class-leading visibility, and best-in-class boom geometry for exceptional lift and reach. With fuel-efficient models from 60 to 90 horsepower and a wide range of attachments, the 300 Series CTLs are ready for whatever the job and the year throws at you. See the New Holland 300 Series compact track loaders today at WT Equipment in Springdale. WT Equipment. Equip your future, elevate your potential.
Sterling Bank is your community bank. Sterling Bank values their role in Northwest Arkansas and works hard to make our community stronger each day. They're invested in relationships that go beyond banking. They're your friends and neighbors, and know that when we support each other, the whole community wins. If you're looking for a bank that offers top-notch customer service and a complete menu of products that make your banking experience pleasant and productive, visit them in Fayetteville, Rogers, or Bentonville. Sterling Bank, local friendly banking made to fit you. Member FDIC.
Before you go play, swing by Golf USA in Fayetteville and check out the latest offerings from the biggest names in golf. At Golf USA, they're honored to be included for the 5th time to Golf Digest Top Fitters list for 2024, in addition to making Ping and Callaway's lists. And at Golf USA, they are always expanding their expertise and their offerings. Check them out in the Office Depot Hobby Lobby Shopping Center on North College in Fayetteville. Golf USA, we're as golf as it gets.
Hey everyone, Josh Earnhardt here at AAA Business Systems in Northwest Arkansas. Do you like doing business with local companies? Did you know that AAA Business Systems is one of only a few truly local office technology providers in Northwest Arkansas? Ask your current technology provider where their corporate office is, and let's keep your money in Northwest Arkansas. Buy local, support local. Call us today at 479-442-4185, and remember, anything else is just a copy.
Discover the ultimate adventure at the Northwest Arkansas Boat and Outdoor Expo, January 8th through the 11th at the Rogers Convention Center. Check out a vast array of boats by the finest boat dealers in the area. Learn from experts, test out the latest equipment, and gain insight that will take your adventures to new heights. This show is the perfect place to see all the boat brands and compare. The Northwest Arkansas Boat and Outdoor Expo, January 8th through the 11th at the Rogers Convention Center, where your next adventure begins.
Men, if you've been thinking about getting your health back on track, Vici Aesthetics and Wellness is the place to start. They build a full customized plan around you, from weight loss support to peptide therapy, like Samorelin, glutathione, and NAD+, plus BHRT to get your hormones and energy where they need to be. What I love is how easy Vici makes it. Just real guidance built for real results. And because of our partnership, you're taken care of. Just say you heard it here and get 10% off. Take the first step at ViciAestheticsandWellness.com.
The Hogs are sweet. I mean, sweet. The SEC.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
I'm ready to go to the Final Four.
All the Hog Reaction is brought to you by Sawyers, Sunrooms, and more.
I've been riding with them. I've been putting my money on them.
Hog Reaction postgame show is fueled by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
It's Fugazi. Fugazi.
This is Hog Reaction.
31-19, Thomas flashes for a steal, and Malik with a one-hand stuff on the other end. Thomas soaring for the dunk after the takeaway, and it's 31-21.
I tell you what's not fugazi. Malik Thomas has hops. I had no idea that he was able to yam it like that. That was probably one of the few highlights from today, stealing a dunk there for Malik Thomas. And instead of us just, expounding about what went wrong tonight here, let's hear from Coach Cal on what he thinks were some of the key factors on why the Razorbacks fell tonight. 73-95 here on Hog Reaction. This is Coach Cal.
They were 12 rebounds up on us at half. Well, How, what? You can't win that game. And so no assist. I mean, we ended up playing wasn't us. But you know what? This stuff happens. It happened to us last year. We got it going, and we went somewhere, I think South Carolina, and we were down 35. So this happens. They're not machines. They're not robots. And give Auburn credit. The way they played, we're a lane touch team. Who was the lane touch team today?
Auburn was the lane touch team today. They were able to get the ball into the paint. They finished with 48 total points in the paint, and the Arkansas Razorbacks inversely only finished with 28. So the Razorbacks today got beat on the offensive glass and the defensive glass in total. They finished today. Auburn had 37 total rebounds to the Razorbacks 28. Matt Jones, you talk about right there at halftime whenever you get down and things are different. Are halftime adjustments a real thing? I mean, I know that coaches aren't just throwing the entire game plan they've worked on all week in practice out the window, but what are halftime adjustments in a basketball locker room, and what do you think Coach Cal was saying to them when they went down to get this game started early and they come back into the locker room after the first half is over, and they've just been absolutely trounced 49-34 in the first half?
Man, wouldn't that be nice to be in there?
Yeah.
To hear that. I figure we don't have like a streaming device that would to get us some of that information.
I mean, I know it's all recorded in there and on Hogs Plus that you can get access to a lot of that, but I know they have to do some heavy editing for some of the heavy expletives I'm sure might have been hurled to the players' way in the halftime locker room today. But halftime adjustments, to me, I just feel like that as coaches have been preparing all week for whatever game that they're about to play, they don't just get into the locker room at halftime and say, you know what, let's try a whole different thing. Let's try a completely different defense. Let's try attacking in a whole different way. I think they really are, the types that want to stick to their guns. But Matt, what's different in that situation? What do you do?
Well, the thing about Arkansas, and when you're talking about a Coach Cal coach team, and you're talking about athletes, and we didn't show the athletic ability to get stops and to get easy baskets. I mean, when you think about getting up and down the court and being an athlete, getting dunks, getting open shots, we just didn't have it for whatever reason. And you just move on. It's one of those games that if you make the Sweet 16, you don't talk about this anymore. Yeah. But if you get beat in the first round, it's like, well, we saw this back at Auburn.
Mm-hmm. Eventually, this does hopefully just become an afterthought on the schedule for the rest of their season for the Razorbacks. They do have the opportunity to get a little bit of get back here in the next week. They take on South Carolina at home 8:00 on Tuesday night. And then they go on the road again to Georgia at 3:00 on Saturday, January 17th. So some of the weaker squads in the SEC right now that Arkansas has a chance to beat up on, and you hope that they can get back on track there with those next two games against the Gamecocks and the Bulldogs. Matt Jones, you mentioned it there in the last segment, the surprise that we saw last night in the college football playoff semifinal in Atlanta. First of all, one of the things that shocked me the most, there was not an Oregon Duck fan in sight in that stadium. I hardly saw any green there. It was just an outpouring, a sea of red, as they said in the old broadcast from the 1969 game of the century with Nixon and the Horns in town here at Fayetteville. A big sea of red is all you saw in the Superdome last night for Indiana and Oregon. And one of the things I was kind of thinking last night is Indiana, maybe the slippers about to slip off of the shoe there for Cinderella, and they didn't quite have exactly what they needed to match up and, best Oregon in this rematch. But you said it, Matt Jones, from that very first play from scrimmage, Dante Moore throws the pick six, and it just seemed like from then on, a lot of the Ducks on the sideline had their head down. What did you see last night from Kurt Cignetti and the Indiana Hoosiers that impressed you, and what makes you think that Miami's still going to get the best of them in the championship, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, I still, I guess I have to go against Indiana just because I want to. But, man, they looked fun. They looked amazing. I don't understand how Oregon look. I mean, what they say about their running backs? They were like, hey, we only have 3 running backs.
Yeah,
that
a little
here.
limited.
It just a couple. Yeah, it was just it was an odd duck, man. You just got to tip your hat. I'm going Miami though. Yeah. I'm gonna take the Hurricanes over the Hoosiers.
Well, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's not making the national championship game, unfortunately, for the Oregon Ducks. Ashton is with us here. He's pushing buttons for me and you tonight, Matt. Ashton runs a really popular TikTok page where he takes his college football takes and posts them out there for everybody. And
Who's he got?
Hey, Ashton, who do you have in the national championship game now? Indiana and Miami, the former U, one of the biggest schools in all of college football lore, or the upstart Indiana Hoosiers. Who do you got in this matchup?
I gotta take Indiana. Just with everything we've seen so far, they're defying what we know about college football.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned this earlier to me, Ashton. What do you? I mean, is this like a Saban-esque thing to you? I mean, what do you think?
It seemed, but the difference is Saban was doing that with 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Kurt is doing this with a bunch of 3 and 4 star players. I mean, yes, they're older, but it's just insane to see them dominate these much talented teams, like so much better than them.
And you know what? I think what's funny about this is, what turned me off a little bit on the whole Indiana thing the last couple of years is I felt like some of the whole Signetti thing, smiling or not smiling even when you're up by 50 points, being extremely serious the whole time. I felt like that was he was sort of just cosplaying Nick Saban a little bit, but I think now it's pretty genuine, and it looks like he doesn't take any guff from anybody. He did give a Sam Pittman line last night after the game. He said, "I'm not thinking about the next one. I'm just going to put the tape in and crack a beer." Hey. That works for somebody. Maybe it'll work for Indiana. It didn't quite work out here, unfortunately. And, lots of transfer portal news as well. I mean, we might get into that a little bit later, but it's all just a wash right now. We're not really going to know what this roster looks like until they still have, I think 20-plus more guys to sign to get that filled out. But there's plenty of action that happened tonight in Auburn, Alabama, as the Razorbacks fall 95-73. I think that the story of the game tonight when it comes to college basketball as a whole, if we step outside our Arkansas here and take our Razorback colored glasses off, I think the story that college basketball pundits and most of the casual fans are going to take away from tonight is that this Auburn team is really talented and they're able to defend their home court, and maybe they were getting a little bit undersold as the conference play started. So got to give credit to them, like Coach Cal said, and you got to make sure that the Auburn Tigers, when they come back here, that you do make Matt Jones a prophet and make sure that you do beat them by 8 points or not. But Matt, you got South Carolina coming up. Whenever you fall on the road, what do you like to see in the next game from your team?
A little better effort.
Mm-hmm.
Just play some defense. Get easy baskets. We didn't have. We struggled for everything on offense, and that's one of the things when you go on the road, you don't get as many easy baskets. The calls don't kind of go your way. Atmosphere is a little bit different. It's man, it's a real thing. If we can go 8-1, 9-0 at home, I think this team's good enough to go 8-1 at home. Then can you go 4-5 or 5-4? What can you do on the road? Gives you a double bye. I mean, I like our squad.
Your Razorbacks definitely have a chance to finish their conference slate at home with a more than positive winning record. I think the schedule just sort of lines itself up for them to be really, really daunting at home, like they always have been, thanks to you fans that pack the bud every time the Razorbacks play there. Let's take a trip around the SEC tonight, see what happened around the rest of the Southeastern Conference on the hardwood. We will start with Ole Miss, who bested Missouri tonight, 76-69 at home. Texas A&M and Oklahoma were on the SEC network earlier today. Bucky McMillan, 3-0 now in the SEC. Texas A&M moved to 13-3 overall on the season. They got the best of the Sooners today at home, 83-76. And now this one was a little bit of a shocker this afternoon. Tennessee falls on the road. Those tough, pesky SEC road games are only getting the best of top-ranked teams in the SEC like Arkansas, but also Tennessee as they fall today by a whopping 24 points as well, 91-67. Florida looking a little bit more like a national championship type team that they were last season. Boogie got his hair cut and had the best game of his career as a Florida Gator. And Chinyelu also was really, really tough down low for the defending national champions and Todd Golden. In Como, South Carolina, the Gamecocks fell today to Georgia 75-70. We saw what happened in Auburn. The Razorbacks got dismantled 95-73. Vanderbilt remains undefeated and undefeated as well in the conference as well. In conference also, they move to 16-0 on the season. They got the best of LSU tonight, 84-73. Happening right now, Mississippi State taking on Kentucky. It's 45-48. The second half is now underway there in Lexington. Lots of really really, really heated debate on what's going on in Lexington right now. I know that fans in Big Blue Nation are not very happy with Mark Pope and the start to the season there for the Kentucky Wildcats. Texas and Alabama also in action with 9:19 to go in the second half. And Alabama in trouble right here against the Longhorns, who are 0-2 in the SEC. They're down 66-54. We'll take you elsewhere around the sporting world in just a minute here on Hog Reaction, as well as back to Auburn, Alabama to wrap up Hog Reaction here in just a couple segments. This is ESPN Arkansas and Hog Reaction with Matt Jones and Colton Little. We're brought to you tonight by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, and by Sawyers, Sunrooms, and more. We'll be back in just a minute here on ESPN Arkansas. Don't go anywhere. Call us, text us, 877-377-6963. We want to hear your reaction tonight to all the news going on in the sporting world, as well as what happened tonight when Auburn took down Arkansas 95-73. This is ESPN Arkansas Hog Reaction with Matt Jones and Colton Little. Back in just a minute here. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, Sawyers, Sunrooms, and more, and by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Game day, work day, or any day, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue has you covered with 100% oak smoked meats served by weight so you get exactly what you want. Hosting a crew, Rudy's group meals are perfect for parties, office lunches, or tailgates. 3 meats, 3 sides, all the fixings, and yes, even a tablecloth. And don't forget breakfast tacos every morning until 10 a.m. Made to order, or they've got grab and go for the whole team. Visit Rudy's at 4084 MLK Jr. Boulevard in Fayetteville. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, smoking good every time.
Why is there water all over the kitchen floor?
Yeah, it's a minor issue. The sink, double dribbled.
Double what?
You know, a drip from the pipe, a drip from the drain. You know, double dribble.
That's not a double dribble. That's a flood. We're calling Paramount Plumbing.
Hey, I can fix it.
Don't let plumbing turn into a double dribble disaster. Call Paramount Plumbing. Fast, dependable, and done right the first time. Call 479-790-8427.
Start the year strong with New Holland 300 Series compact track loaders from WT Equipment. Enjoy outstanding comfort, class-leading visibility, and best-in-class boom geometry for exceptional lift and reach. With fuel-efficient models from 60 to 90 horsepower and a wide range of attachments, the 300 Series CTLs are ready for whatever the job and the year throws at you. See the New Holland 300 Series compact track loaders today at WT Equipment in Springdale. WT Equipment. Equip your future, elevate your potential.
Dents, door dings, or hail damage, trust Specialized Hail Dent Repair serving the Ozarks for over 25 years. Right now, get half-price door ding repair with most door dings fixed while you wait. They specialize in auto hail repair, offer a lifetime guarantee, work with all insurance companies, and handle your claim from start to finish. Call 877-774-4245, visit SpecializedHail.com, or stop by 702 North 2nd Street in Rogers. Specialized Hail and Dent Repair, restoring your vehicle to its dent-free condition.
We have a simple formula at Shelter Insurance. Provide personalized coverage at great rates with local agents to help you choose the coverage you need. And if the unexpected happens, fulfill our promise to be there when you need us most. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call my friend J.T. Finley at 479-521-4220.
Hey, Hog Country, does your lawn need a little TLC? Now's the time to sign up with Lawn Pride of Northwest Arkansas and lock in the best deal on your 2026 lawn care plans before prices go up. Their local team knows Ozark soils inside and out, providing expert weed control, fertilization, aeration to keep your yard completely healthy all year long. Be the envy of your neighborhood when that spring green hits. Call 479-241-2180 or visit lawnpride.com/Northwest Arkansas today.
I've got my guy, KC Nix, here from Mach 1 Motorsports. KC, you keep telling me the best way to see Arkansas isn't from behind a windshield, it's from the seat of a motorcycle.
You got it, Zach. Arkansas is made for riders, from the twists of the pig trails to the overlooks in the Ozarks.
This state was built for adventure.
I mean, they don't call it the natural state for nothing.
Absolutely. Out there on a bike, you're part of it. You feel the air change, smell the forest, and you see the sights that most folks just drive past.
So it's not just a ride, it's an experience.
That's right. At Mach 1 Motorsports, we'll get you geared up and ready to hit those Arkansas back roads the right way. Safe, confident, and grinning ear to ear.
I love it. Get out there and ride the natural state.
Indian, Triumph, coming soon, BMW, Ducati on 2 wheels, all roads, dirt and asphalt, lead to Mach 1 Motorsports, 1711 West Hudson Road, 767, the speed of sound.
You know what's underrated? Having choices. Like, imagine not being able to choose your deluxe cravings box at Taco Bell. Imagine you couldn't get a box of classics for $5, or faves for $7, or a lavish feast for $9. Now with cheesy dipping burritos and creamy garlic sauce. Good thing all those choices are, like, actually real. So instead, imagine which you're gonna get. Choose your deluxe cravings box at Taco Bell today. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
The Hogs are weak. I mean, weak. The SEC.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
I'm ready to go to the Final Four.
All the Hog Reaction is brought to you by Sawyers, Sunrooms, and more.
I've been riding with them. I've been putting my money on them.
Hog Reaction postgame show is fueled by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
It's Fugazi. Fugazi.
This is Hog Reaction.
Fugazi, whatever you want to call it. The Razorbacks still have the opportunity to be a very good team when it's all said and done. So I wouldn't lose too much hope tonight in the Razorbacks' performance. They did fall tonight to Auburn 95-73. This is Hog Reaction here on ESPN Arkansas. Matt Jones is with me. Ashton Butler pushing buttons in there in the studio for us, producing. We appreciate his effort tonight, and we appreciate all of you here being with us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Listening, you can call us, text us 877-377-6963 here. We got a couple more segments of Hog Reaction, and you can get in here and join us. Let us know what you think about the game tonight and the rest of the Razorbacks conference slate. Maybe you want to talk a little bit of transfer portal news here with the football team, college football playoffs, NFL playoffs, whatever you want to talk about. We're here on Hog Reaction. Just give us a call or a text, 877-377-6963. Matt Jones, it's a very big sports weekend right now. What are you going to have your eyes on here on Sunday, and what are you watching right now?
You got the Clasico tomorrow.
Okay.
It's going to be that's Real Madrid and FC Barcelona.
Oh, that's big time.
1 o'clock. Check it out.
Where's that on for us to watch? Is it on Peacock? Or is that a
You know, I think it's ESPN.
Hey.
I think we're an ESPN company. It's free TV.
Here we go.
If you have rabbit ears there,
that's right.
ABC. It's there, man. Check it out, man. It's pretty cool. It's the Saudis, you know, like if you're a college football team, let's get the Saudis to invest in us. It's like I feel like Danny McBride would be like part of that show.
Whichever college football team can get some Saudi Arabian royalty on their side definitely will have a lot to spend in a college football transfer portal, and probably any portal that they want to spend their money on, hopefully. But there's a lot of stuff going on in the National Football League as well. The playoffs this weekend, lots of matchups. I'm personally rooting for the Jaguars to upset the Bills because I just cannot stand the Bills whipping up on my AFC East, their rivals, the Dolphins, all the time. It just makes me very upset. So I'm wishing on the downfall of Josh Allen and the Bills, as I typically do. But lots of playoff action right now. You got the Bears trying to make a comeback here against the Packers. They're down 21-3 at the start of the third quarter on Prime TV right now. You can watch that. But Matt, there was an interesting tweet that went out today, and I want to get some of your thoughts on this right here before we wrap it up and talk a little bit more about basketball to finish us out here on Hog Reaction. I don't know if you saw this. I know that you're not active on social media quite so much as me and some of the younger generation. It's probably just a big mess and a big trap to most people. But someone who's not like you is Coach Casey Dick, who came after your time here at the University of Arkansas. He tweeted out this morning in a since-deleted tweet, "I'm disappointed in my university's approach to the recruiting process of a high school athlete. Situations like this are not good for high school athletics or the sport of football." And so that's kind of just cause for concern right there. And then the next sentence is one that really caught people's eye. "Moving forward at Razorback football and Ryan Silverfield will not be welcome in our facilities. Like I said, the tweet was tweeted out this morning and has since been taken down. But this all stems from Fayetteville High School's Hank Hendricks, apparently reclassifying to enroll early at the University of Arkansas, bolster up that quarterback room there for the Razorbacks a little bit. And apparently a lot of this was unbeknownst to Coach Casey Dick, who was obviously planning on starting Hank Hendricks there at Fayetteville High School for the Purple Dogs. Matt, just your take on maybe some of the drama coming out of Fayetteville today.
I love it, right? Like,
love the drama.
Clicks.
Yeah,
because it'll do until the mess gets here. We won 0 games last year, so let's talk about it, man. Let's find a reason to talk Razorback football. The reason is you win some games, and then we'll talk about you.
Yeah,
that's I don't know. But it's cool. It's super cool.
It's always obviously not a good look whenever a former quarterback and the coach of the high school that your university is located in is saying that, hey, the head coach of the Razorbacks is not welcome in my facility. Like I said, the tweet has since been deleted, but I don't know if the toothpaste can go back in the tube with this one. So there's going to be some fences that need to be mended there and just up the street there in Fayetteville between former Razorback quarterback and now head coach of the Fayetteville Bulldogs, Casey Dick, and Ryan Silverfield. But that's a relationship that you obviously need to have fixed up. There's a Fayetteville to Arkansas pipeline that's worked out very well for the Razorbacks and for the Purple Dogs. But that was just an interesting thing to wake up to on Saturday morning, was a little bit of a drama on the timeline on Twitter. You're probably thinking that you're probably just going to go ahead and delete your app right now, aren't you, Matt Jones?
That would be cool to have an app. Now, there's so many good soccer games in the morning, and that's what I'd be doing.
Yeah.
But, you got to check your app sometimes.
That's absolutely right. Sometimes it's the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning. Part of it's for my job. Part of it's because I have a terrible, terrible addiction. But Caleb Williams now leading the Bears down the field here against the Packers in this tough NFC North matchup in the divisional, in the wild card round here in the playoffs. So if you're not tuned into that, looking like this one's going to come down to the wire again here. But let's jump back to Auburn and Arkansas tonight. The Razorbacks fall 73-95 on the road. And Tahad Pettiford, Kevin Overton, Keyshawn Murphy, Keyshawn Hall, Sebastian Williams Adams, and Elijah Freeman led the way for the Auburn Tigers. They were able to get the best of you basically all night long. I think, Matt, you said it best whenever we started here. They just came out a little bit flat and were never able to really get back into things going on throughout the rest of the game. And it's always hard whenever you get down early, especially when you come into the locker room and you're down so much already. I think Coach Cal said it in one of the clips that we played. When you're down, you're getting beat by 12 rebounds earlier. It's really, really, really hard to get back into the game. But you return to Bud Walton here on Tuesday night against South Carolina. Matt, you just said that you need to just shore up everything that went wrong in the final game. Matt Jones, what is this team best at? Where do you see the Razorbacks having the most success so far this season, and what do they need to continue to look to do in order to not have a repeat performance of tonight the next time that they take a road trip, or, God forbid, have a 30 or 20-something plus point loss at home?
Well, the sky's not falling.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just part of it. I don't know. I think this team can be a top 4 team. I think I really do. I think they go 8-1, 9-0 at home, something like that. 5-4, 4-5 on the road. That should get them a double bye. Might win them the league. They might do a little bit better. This team, they're athletic. I mean, really, like when you think about this, the starting 8 that goes out, hateful 8, grateful 8, whatever you want to call them. I mean, there's 8 guys that play. And you match them up against every single team in the SEC. You like our team.
Yeah.
I like our squad. I think we'll be okay. It's just one of those games. Like I said, we'll beat them by 8 points when they come back to our place.
877-377-6963. That's the number to get with us here on Hog Reaction with what little time we have left here tonight. So you can call us, you can text us, we'll get in here. Hog Wild in Van Buren, one of my favorite texters, he's been in all night talking to us. He was talking about how no one is beating Indiana because this ain't Cinderella. It's Mike Tyson circa 1986. Ooh, That's a tough opponent right there to be facing off. Mike Tyson at 86, my goodness, he was chiseled from stone. He also comments in here earlier, he may not like some of the relentless positivity that he hears from Coach Z sometimes on those broadcasts. I'm a big fan. He says there's nothing worse than listening to the Hogs basketball team getting their teeth kicked in, down their throat, down by 25, and Zimmerman keeps on with his go team rhetoric. That's his job, Hog Wild. You know that. I think everybody likes that, but sometimes I think it can wear a little bit thin, and I think that when you're getting your teeth kicked in, yeah, I can see why folks would be upset about that. Ryan in Prairie Grove is a little upset. He's actually in Hot Springs. He's a little upset that we didn't hear we didn't have a third person appearance from Charlie the Tuna tonight, Matt. He didn't refer to himself as Charlie the Tuna like he typically does, but I think he likes to separate himself from halftime to when he calls into Chuck and Bo and when he calls into the postgame shows as well. I think he's only Charlie the Tuna for you guys. So we appreciate Charlie's call, and we'll appreciate your call tonight if you call in here with us as well, 877-377-6963 to get on with us here on Hog Reaction, brought to you by Sawyers, Sunrooms, and more, the Stadium Shop on Razorback, and by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. We got one more segment here on Hog Reaction. We'll come back, we'll wrap it up, tell you what's going on without the rest of the world, what's happening here this week on ESPN Arkansas, and preview a little bit of the Arkansas versus South Carolina matchup in just a little bit here on ESPN Arkansas. Don't go anywhere. Wrapping it up here. Matt Jones and Colton Little on Hog Reaction as the Razorbacks fall to Auburn 95-73. Back in just a minute.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, Sawyer Sunrooms and more, and by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
At Sterling Bank, they're committed to the Northwest Arkansas community, and as members of this community, their relationships go beyond banking. They're cheering on the same teams, shopping at the same stores, and serving the same causes that help make our community a great place to live. So stop by your local branch in Fayetteville, Rogers, or Bentonville and discover the Sterling Bank difference with their top-notch customer service and complete menu of products. Sterling Bank, your community bank. Member FDIC.
Start the year strong with New Holland 300 Series compact track loaders from WT Equipment. Enjoy outstanding comfort, class-leading visibility, and best-in-class boom geometry for exceptional lift and reach. With fuel-efficient models from 60 to 90 horsepower and a wide range of attachments, the 300 Series CTLs are ready for whatever the job and the year throws at you. See the New Holland 300 Series compact track loaders today at WT Equipment in Springdale. WT Equipment. Equip your future, elevate your potential.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Sean Garrison in Rogers and Griggs Covington in Farmington.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Don't let your game go downhill this winter. We know it's hard to get your swings in, but Birdie and Brews has the answer with the Weekday Warrior membership. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., members get bay rentals for $20 an hour, plus 30 minutes on the virtual Putt View putting green per day to dial in your short game during those hours. Call 479-439-0848 or birdieandbrews.com for details, practice, play, and catch the game with great food and cold drinks. Birdie and Brews, putter in hand, beer on demand.
Porsche Little Rock is Arkansas's only Porsche center and your destination for performance, luxury, and world-class service. Experience our popular line of SUVs with the Porsche Macan and Cayenne, both in stock and ready to deliver. Need service? We'll pick up and deliver your Porsche anywhere in the state and provide a loaner vehicle when available. Visit us today at 516 Colonel Glenn Plaza Loop or browse our inventory online at PorscheLittleRock.com.
There's something special about life here in Northwest Arkansas. The trails, the parks, the people. It's why we love calling this place home. At Buffington Homes, we're here to help you build yours. A home that fits your family, your style, and your life right here in Northwest Arkansas. Tour our model homes across 5 communities and see what building your next home could look and feel like. Visit BuffingtonHomesAR.com or stop by a model home to start building a home and a life you'll love.
Game day, work day, or any day, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue has you covered with 100% oak smoked meats served by weight so you get exactly what you want. Hosting a crew, Rudy's group meals are perfect for parties, office lunches, or tailgates. 3 meats, 3 sides, all the fixings, and yes, even a tablecloth. And don't forget breakfast tacos every morning until 10 a.m. Made to order, or they've got grab and go for the whole team. Visit Rudy's at 4084 MLK Jr. Boulevard in Fayetteville. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, smoking good every time.
The Hogs are weak. Weak. The SEC.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
I'm ready to go to the Final Four.
All the Hog Reaction is brought to you by Sawyers, Sunrooms, and more.
I've been riding with them. I've been putting my money on them.
Hog Reaction postgame show is fueled by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
It's Fugazi. Fugazi.
This is Hog Reaction.
This is Hog Reaction, and this is Cal tonight, basically summing up exactly what happened in Auburn, Alabama tonight.
We've lost to 3 top 10 teams, and we had a chance to beat all 3. That's who we've lost to, top 10 teams. We had no chance today. No chance. And one of them was on the road.
He's referring to Michigan State, Duke, and Houston. All those games came down to the wire. You had a chance in about every single one of them. Duke, Houston, you were a little bit further behind than maybe you'd like to be, but still wasn't a 22-point drubbing like you experienced tonight. In Auburn, Alabama. 95-73 is the final. Darius Acuff leads the way in the scoring department with 19 total points. Malik Ewan also pours in 17. He went 50% from the floor. And Malik Ewan also with a double-double. He had 13 points and 12 rebounds to his credit tonight. Matt Jones is with me here on Hog Reaction as we wrap it up. Matt, the Razorbacks take on South Carolina Tuesday night at 8 p.m. What do you want to see from Arkansas to respond and get back on track here as they come back home to Fayetteville?
Well, I got the Hogs going 3-1. That's for sure. They'll win this game. Just get back to basics.
Yep.
Adam Durrett said it best. Get back to basics.
Get back to basics. That's what we're going to do here on ESPN Arkansas as we wrap it up in just a minute. Ashton Butler's been pushing the buttons for me tonight. Taught him a couple things back there as well. Ashton, your final thoughts on the game tonight?
I think Auburn's better than what people made it out to be. I mean, if you look at their losses, they lost to an Arizona team that was really good, number 1 team in the country. Michigan, number 2 team in the country. Purdue, number 5. Georgia was a ranked team. They lost in overtime. And then Texas A&M, they lost on
Auburn's a tournament team. It's not a bad loss, right? It's a loss, but it's not a bad loss. I think Auburn makes the tournament.
Yeah, when it ends up at the end of the season and it all shakes out, and you have to really pour up into all the metrics and statistics, and you look at all the the quad 1, quad 2 losses and things like that, Auburn's definitely going to end up being a quad 1 loss for the Razorbacks, and that's where all your losses are so far right now. So it'll end up probably working out in favor for the Razorbacks later on. I think they're hovering around a 4 seed right now in a lot of bracketologist predictions as we move on here closer towards March. I know that's going to be something that a lot of fans are keeping their eyes on, is just where the Razorbacks might fall once they in the March Madness tournament and where their seed line is, because obviously that has a lot to do with how far you're able to advance. So we're looking forward to that and the rest of the Razorback basketball season here on ESPN Arkansas. You can catch all the games here on the radio station that you are listening to. Wow, Caleb Williams now trying to lead his Bears back. It's 21-6 with a little more than 8 minutes to go. They just laced a pass right there in the middle of the field to Luther Burden. So Chicago Bears trying to make some things happen here, down 21-6 at home, trying to keep this magical season alive. So lots of stuff happening in the NFL as well, and lots of stuff happening in college basketball. Once again, the final tonight, your score from Auburn, Alabama: Auburn 95, Arkansas 73. Darius Acuff leads the way with 19 points for your Arkansas Razorbacks. That's going to do it for us here at ESPN Arkansas. Thank you guys all for listening tonight. We appreciate you guys that came in and tuned in here with us on a Saturday night. Thank you so much, Ashton, for coming in here, pushing the buttons, always having a smile on your face, and Matt Jones always for breaking it down for us here. And for all the listeners, we appreciate you guys. Thank you all for being here. This has been Hog Reaction, brought to you by Sawyers, Sunrooms, and more, the Stadium Shop on Razorback, and Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. We appreciate all you guys for listening. Stay tuned here throughout the week. We'll have Arkansas versus South Carolina on Tuesday night. Chuck and Bo at 6 a.m. Monday morning, followed by the Morning Rush. And then from 11 to 2, you'll hear Matt and Phil chalking it up on halftime. Ruskin and Zach from these studios right here from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock, Monday through Friday. Folks, we'll have everything for you here on ESPN Arkansas. This has been Hog Reaction with Matt Jones and Colton Little as the Razorbacks fall tonight on the road to move to 2-1 in SEC play. Auburn got the best of them, folks, but you need not worry. They should be back, and Matt Jones says they'll beat them by 8 when we see him again in Bud Walton. For all of us here at ESPN Arkansas, folks, you guys have a wonderful night. We'll see you again on the flip side. Have a good one.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, Sawyers, Sunrooms, and more.